Hello, everybody. Contrary to what the stream screen was saying, I haven't actually forgotten what I was doing. I was just desperately hoping that the game would finish loading by the time that stream started, and it just has. It just has. I ran into a bit of a problem with my new setup. In that this game is not terribly well optimized. So having got everything nice, neatly, and ready, the frame rate started chugging like nobody's business, and I started getting encoding errors left, right, and center, which wasn't necessarily ideal. So I had to try and fix it all while I was watching the timer count down, and yeah, that didn't it didn't necessarily work so well. So welcome back, everybody, to Transport Fever. I was about to take my hair down only to realise that actually my hair is still wet, so it'll go like an afro like it did yesterday. Yeah, so we are back for some Transport Fever 2, which we've actually not done for a little while. And I was going to do it on Sunday, but actually I had the itch for it today, so decided to swap them around. As you can probably still hear from my voice, I'm still not well. So, I apologize in advance for my voice being a little bit gravelly as we try and make it through this stream. But I've got the power of painkillers and energy drink behind me, so we'll see how we go. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. So we are here in our little version of the world. So this is what I'm affectionately referring to as Hibble Valley, and it's really frustrating because I can't keep track of what the computer is doing when the game is in this resolution, because this is one of these weird games that behaves a little bit weird. Anyway, so our journey on Hibble Valley started over here on what has now been affectionately named the Bumley Island, the island of Bumley. So we kind of started in and around this little woodland area here. Actually, if we turn this off. So a quick little recap of the route that we have so far. Okay, let's not start accidentally building things here. Let me turn that down real quick. Yeah, so we started here towards this little forest area, and we had this little express train that is making a lot of money. That is a kind of well-worn train, as we can see. We then expanded over to our nearby town of Sandwich, which has got freight terminals and passenger terminals. And then we then continued eastbound through the outskirts of the village of Sandwich, all the way over towards the next village. There's a passenger train. Oh, no, it's not a passenger train. I thought it was a passenger train for a second. So the next village on our journey here is Featherstone. So we connected that for passengers and freight. There is some more factories that branch off to the sides of this. And then we got the bakery up and running. Continued the line north through the towering mountains of Bumley Island, all the way over to this little place called Backup, which is where we have decided to situate our big company, which is currently a shed which has a bathtub in it for some reason. We did have a bigger building, but we seem to have lost company score, probably because we took out quite a lot of loan for the development work that we did last stream. But so far, Backup, it has now become the biggest town on Bumley Island. We also set up the industries over here. So that was the first episode. Well, the first and second episode, I suppose. The third episode, we really focused on expanding over onto what is the mainland of Hibble Valley. We have our little freight terminal down here, which will become a lot busier as time goes on. And then it basically climbs in this big, long, sweeping arc uphill in what is a bit of a nightmare climb for throughput, but kind of necessary to make it work. There's the town of Ealing over here with freight and passenger terminals. This is going to become an important hub for us probably pretty soon. But because this is the only town that is currently having at least one of its needs met, it is, I think, our fastest growing town. The main line then kind of winds its way around through the forests, down the hill, got a nice little viaduct here, which we'll be feeding a train through momentarily. But yeah, it kind of winds along the coast. You can see here with these kind of coastal cliffs, and also the coast itself, we've had quite challenging terrain to have to deal with. And this is probably going to be, dealing with the challenges of this is probably going to be one of the main kind of themes that we get through today. But then we come over to the town of Beaminster, I think is what this one's called. Yeah, so this is Beaminster, and this is basically where the route ends. So we have a big train station here, and a lot in the way of freight terminals and whatnot. So that is basically us done. One of the other things that we did last time out was we made sure that all of the towns were connected by roads, because they weren't before, but there is now a continuous path. So you could, in theory, take a wagon from Ealing all the way to Beaminster, and then continue up and round to Stockport, to Gravesend, to Willington. I think there is a bit of a disconnect here because there's no river crossing yet. But then things from like Allerton, it will connect all the way up and round this area here. So we did a lot of work connecting the cities that we haven't got a main transport network connection to. The main goal for us this time round is to start connecting some of the industries between Beaminster and the south of the map, because we're kind of reaching the point now where industries that are not being serviced at all are closing at a rapid rate. Probably make sure that is not important. And as it has just ticked over into 1859, we get access to some new trains. Yeah, okay, that's a spam. That will pop this away. There we go. Yeah, okay, so we're going to start working on connecting a lot of these industries up. In particular, we want to try and get a connection over to this bridge, to this area here. So although we are kind of in the negative bank balances, that will change as this stuff expands. Get the shit out of me. Now the question is, how do we do it? We kind of need a bit of a gentle slope to start coming down here. Fine, so we have 3 industries here, which should be relatively easy to deal with. Can we draw money? So we can draw up to $10 million. And we have 3 industries to connect here. Oh, actually, there's 4 industries to connect here. I can't count. The only one that we can get up and running immediately, though, is going to be the coffee refinery, because we do have a coffee bean production over on the corner here, which we can get a little train running straight into the yards. And then we can bring that over into Port Ealing. So we can take it from, we can take our bum coffee to Port Bumley to Port Ealing, and then Ealing can travel over here. So that's going to be the first industry we can get up and running. I think the second one we probably need to get up and running is this little goods factory here. But yeah, we'll take it from there. We're kind of in a bit of a rough spot at the minute because trains are incredibly expensive. Every train that I build is about $2 million, and our trains are profitable. But we do have a bit of a problem with poor condition trains. And right now, because of the policy of aggressive expansion, we don't yet have the means to replace all of the trains. Now, replacing trains is not strictly high on the priority, because all a bad condition train does means, the only thing it means is it causes more pollution. So if we look at the pollution map, which is not what I clicked on, yeah, so the pollution map, we can see that Ealing is actually not too badly affected. Neither is Beaminster. It's mostly Sandwich, and, well, not even Featherstone, but mostly just Sandwich. Sandwich is getting bullied by our inefficient trains, because there's a lot of industry trains that actually pass through Sandwich, and it passes really close to the residential areas. So if I click on Sandwich, we can actually see that because the emissions is very poor, we lose 40% from the growth rate. So if our emissions were better, this town would be growing. But because the emissions are as bad as they are, we're not growing at all. So that's something we're going to have to consider for the future. I think the main thing for just now, though, is going to be working on getting the train line across here. I feel like we probably want to do this as 2 tracks. So let's start off with our, we'll start off with the vanilla tracks. Once we get access to speed signs later on, we can probably start thinking a little bit more about actually using some of the slower speed tracks. I'm just trying to decide where I want the crossing to be. This is the narrowest part of the crossing. Oh, no, I can make that work. I can definitely make that work. Okay. Fine. So let's do here to here. The game's spazzing out a little bit. Let's just wait for that to undo itself. So the main thing for us is that this bridge does not allow boats to pass underneath it, but you can see how quickly it narrows between here and here. So this would probably be going to a stream sometime soon, whereas this bridge remains quite a big river. So this is probably one that, you know, for RP's sake, we would probably not want to. Game stop. At me. Yeah, this is one that for RP's sake, we probably wouldn't want to bridge in this way. We would probably want to do a higher bridge that a boat could actually pass under. But there's never going to be a boat that actually comes under here, so I'm not too worried about this one. We're going to raise the land up a little bit, but not that fucking size. And the reason that we're going to do this is to allow for... Okay, that's a bit much, Hibble. Yeah, dang. Fine. Okay, that works for me. Okay, that works for me. So you'll see method in this madness in a little minute. Okay, so the main thing for this train line is for it to try and curve and get down over here. Now, I want this to be in the gentlest slope possible in order for it to maintain its speed. So we're going to keep it like that, and that actually works quite well. Now, this one actually needs to kind of curve to the right, and it needs to get down rather quickly, because I need to have enough space to be able to curve a line around to get it up to this meat processing facility over here. Okay, so the speed over the bridge is only 55 miles an hour anyway. So I feel having it at 60 miles an hour actually probably isn't the worst thing. Is that right? Where's the speed? Speed. Yeah, so 56 miles an hour over the bridge, so fine. I'm okay with this being 56 miles an hour, and actually that's worked out quite well, all things considered. Okay. So what we'll do, let's have this one come over here. We'll try to avoid it curling too much through the forest. And let's see, can we branch this off? So we'll probably do this as an industrial line. So let's make it 30 miles an hour. And that way we're not going to see too much suffering from the tracks here. So I can double slip this one. So we need to start working on the stations that are going to feed into these now. So we're going to work on just a cargo terminus station. I think I actually need to build a very small country road to come down here a little ways. That'll work quite nicely. And then this one's going to need one here. And that'll also work quite nicely. So if we go back to trains, and we can put this station here now for the cost of $80,000. And then we can put this one here for also $80,000. So one thing we need to do, so if this is Bumley Island, we need to come up with a name for what this little island is going to be, because it's going to rename all of the industries. Could be South Bumley Island, but I have an idea. All right, I have asked the powers that be. If anyone else has any recommended contributions of what the what we think the island could be called. Where am I going to put these other two train stations? Do you know what? That one can go there. That one's probably fine. Oh, actually, Alright, let's go back to the roads, and let's just put in some country roads. So we can bring this one down here and have this one go kind of vertical. And then this one can come over here. And that one can go there. Fine. That train station there, and then this train station here. That works out fine for me. So I think what we'll do is we'll probably bring this little mainline part of the branch over towards the forestry, and then we'll split it from 2 tracks into just one, because it doesn't need to be 2 tracks all the way over to the oil field over there. That is just not really necessary at all. I need to use small steps because saw a little bit of funkiness there. I actually think because this rises up here, I probably actually want it here about. Let's bring that to there and that to there. Fine, and then we'll slow the train tracks down. That can come out and round to there. Fine. And then this one from top down can come up and over here. Bring this over to here. Sorted. So I think the only thing we need to do here is put in a set of diamond points, which is easy enough done. Except for when the game decides that it isn't. Fine. Okay. Fine. Okay. So that part of the line is all done. All we need to do is get back onto the normal speed rail, and then we can start bringing, connecting our new area up to the main line here. Now this is the part that's going to be quite tricky, because it's going to need to scale this hill that is quite a steep hill. I think once it gets to here, it can probably come off. I think if we bring you to there, what happens if it just... Okay, that actually works quite nicely. So yeah, this is the complicated bit, having it climb this hill here. So I think if we do you over to you... Yeah, you can see how... One thing trains are not particularly good for is climbing hills, unfortunately. We can make it work, but it's pretty tricky. We'll try and keep the speed up best we can. Oh god, that dips down to 30 miles an hour. Is that the same for you? Oh yeah, okay, Jesus. Fine. Fine. South of Bumley is come. Okay. I may have to draw the line at Cumley. Yeah, I was gonna be boring and go for like South Bumley Island. Bumley 2. Okay, can you connect into you? You can, but you have to slow the fuck down, which isn't ideal. Let's get rid of this. Super bubbly. Super bubbly just sounds like some kind of illness. You still have to slow down quite a lot, which is kind of annoying. Let's try and keep you at 50 miles an hour. And if we come over here... Too much slope. Alright, we need to scale you back a bit again. So we're still working on island names. Oh, there we go. That works quite nicely. So we're just about connected this line. So we're just about at the time where we need to christen this new island. So Cumley, I might have to rule that one out as you know, maybe not TOS friendly. Super Bumley 2. None in particularly sound like good island names. Trying to think what else we could possibly have. Tell you what, I still need to do the signaling actually. Oh, actually, I still need to finish off the fucking line here. Okay, let's go back to the 50 mile an hour track and get you into here. And can I just swing you around a little bit more? Yes, I can. Okay, that works quite well for me. So this track can come over here. 30 miles an hour is fine. That works for me. Fine. So let's do the signaling, and then once the signaling's done, it will be time to commit the christening. This here island. Bumley 2, Super Bumley. Is that Bumley Island? Let's just run starter signal. One here and one here. And then we will do a stop signal that is one way that is going to go here. So this is going to restore the one-way nature of these train tracks. it's kind of funny how, because of the way this works, how the trains drive on the left, which is fine, but the cars have to drive on the right. There are apparently mods that you can use to make the cars drive on the left as well, but I'm given to understand that those particular mods are janky as fuck. Let's put in a little bit of a signal here. Probably a more standardized signal. I also need to work on polishing up this little area here because the little mend looks a bit janky. And then I probably need a little bit of an interim signal. Probably on this straight here. Just to make it look halfway decent. Fine. Okay, let's go and flatten out this land a little bit more. Oh no, I did not want to do that. Okay. There we go. Fine, so no advances on the name, and it is right next to Bumley Island, so I think it'll have to be. So Bumley 2 isn't really a great name for an island. Super Bumley. It's below Bumley in the grand scheme of things. So rather than super, which is above, how about sub? New Bumley. New Bumley Island. Yeah. I could work with New Bumley Island. Ooh, Allerton. There's now a quarry there. That works. Yeah, okay, that works for me. New Bumley Island. Neil Bumley. Right, so let's get to renaming, shall we? Neil Bumley. I think I prefer new. New Bumley meat processing. That works a lot better if I can spell. Processing. New Bumley meat processing. I've built all these stations, although they're not actually usable yet. New Bumley Brickworks. Bet there's some brickworks. How droll. So we've got Bumley Coffee Beans and New Bumley Coffee Factory. Coffee Factory. And this is going to be the first one that we get up, and the first industry on New Bumley Island that we get up and running. Also can't forget Bum Oil. Oil fields. Boom. Okay, alright. So we have 9 million dollars to our name. And for this we are going to require 2 trains. So we're going to set up a new line. So we'll do a new line here from Port Bumley to Bumley Coffee Farm. I have no idea where this one's going. Apparently it's blue. Oh, so you actually can't access all of the things. So the blue one goes into 3, which is here. So if this is platform 3... you get to 4. 2 and 1. But we can't get into the rest of them. So yeah, that's fine. That basically gives the Bumley Coffee Farm some things here. So this will be the Port Bumley Coffee Works. be all one word according to my little naming convention. So we have a line for the train. All we need is the train. So let us see what we can get with the generic engines. Oh no, these are the ones that we're using. So red's not blue. Well, actually, hang on a minute. I think red is the color of the freight trains, and blue is the color. Oh, I've done a shit job of sticking to a convention. I probably need to work on that at some point. Okay, so red is freight, and I think blue and green is passenger. That's what it's meant to be. But as you can tell, I fucked up here. Fine. Okay, let's go back to the convention, and we can adjust it. We can adjust the trains later as needed. So we have a top speed of 52 miles an hour, a good tractive effort. So let's go for. Wait, did we not unlock a 1859 one? Maybe not, apparently. Okay, fine. So let's go for a red one of these. Actually, you probably don't need to be one of these ones. You can probably just be a saddle tank. Because we don't need this one to go particularly fast. So let's do that one. Let's go to our goods wagons. And so we can carry coffee beans in this. Like coffee berries. But we can't actually travel that fast. So this one is cheaper but slower. So I think we use the covered goods wagons. Is there anything that gives us more wagons? Flat wagon, open wagon? Maybe the open wagon. Because the thing is, if we can get 6 in there, then that's actually not too bad. And then we can probably grab ourselves a brake van here. So this is nearly $3 million worth of coffee, but we'll take it. We'll pump up the running costs. And we will assign you to Port Bumley Coffee Works. So this train is going to start pulling coffee beans into Port Bumley. And we now need to complete this. So we're going to go for a line here, and we'll go for Port Ealing over to the South Bumley Coffee Factory. And there's no passenger terminal here, so we can basically just accept all of these as alternatives, since it doesn't particularly matter. So this will be the Port Ealing Coffee Works. So eventually, once I find a place that is a more developed factory, such as over at Stockport, we can turn these coffee beans into hella food, but we're not quite there yet, unfortunately. Anyway, before we can even get that far, we do need a train, another train. So for this one, we're going to use one of these new tenders because it's got slightly higher speeds. So we'll purchase this, and then we'll go to our generic wagons. And I think if we use the... Was there not one of these that could go up to 50 miles an hour? Okay, I think if we use the express good, we possibly lose out on 1 capacity. Yeah, we lose out on 1 capacity, but it is going to let us do this journey a lot faster. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a brake van. So we'll purchase this for just over 3 million, and we'll do the Port Ealing Coffee Works. That's Port Bumley, Port Ealing. Boom. Okay, so now the game is going to understand that there is a connection via certain means from the coffee factory all the way over to the coffee beans factory over here. And so it's going to make coffee available to go to Port Bumley, and then the boats can take it over. I think we actually probably need... So wait, how many landings have we got? Well, I want to see what lines we've got here. So Port Bumley to Port Line. God fucking damn it. Port Bumley to Port Ealing. So I want to manage this line here. So Port Ealing, I want to basically just have all of the alternatives. And I probably actually want to get some more boats, because right now there's only 2 boats traveling on this. And I think we definitely want some more boats. So let's go ahead and grab 2 more riggy boats. Actually, can I get 3 more? May as well make it a mill. And we'll put that on the port line. So this is going to move hella freight between this line here, which is pretty good.
We could go easy on the team kills. Just saying.
Oh my god.
Are you fucking serious?
Where the fuck did they get here?
What's happening? Oh. What the fuck? You fucking bitch! Oh, here he is. Ka-chow!
Get your dilly vegetables.
Strawberry isn't a vegetable, you fucking mortal!
Let's go! Come on! Yeah! Oh!
But I'm looking down to plant the bomb.
Yeah, but he could... Okay, just because you can't see it. Oh! You can say if you want to, you can fuck a hooker! Are we ready for the flesh?
Are you ready for Tony Hawk's Pro Flesh Tunnel?
Throttle down, throttle up.
You're a wanker. Okay, I'm
Oh! Fuck!
What does the army say?
Fuck.
Fuck.
fuck!
Ah, fuck.
Oh yeah.
I literally can't move.
I'm spawned in the barrel of water!
You're really fast, and I am very good with ropes. That came out badly. Shut up.
We waited all this fucking time for you to download the game! And you fucking get yourself banned!
Doesn't hit as hard as life does.
Jesus Christ, that was
Okay.
deep. Who hurt you? Shit.
Say the word exterminate.
Just up, down, there, right behind you, up the stairs. There we go.
No, that's my character! Oh, I got it. Ah! Fuck! Fudge! Oh lord, he's right there! What? Stop the zombie apocalypse, I want to talk about paddle steamers! What are you doing, aircraft? Fuck, I'm dead. Not good, not good, not good!
Why is it a planter in the fucking hallway?
Well, because that's what I'm gonna do on my fucking plants, isn't it? Come cannon! Fucking die!
But he talks more like this. No, wait, that's not right. Choity toity woities. That's.
There's a cooker! Oh lord! Oh yes! I shuriken the lights out of that!
Why have I been sent to prison?
Oh, holy fuck! That motherfucker just sank the bus. Do you have any idea how many broken bones you have?
I'm a jellyfish.
Fuck! Fuck! Fucking dumbass.
God damn it.
Absolute fucking...
Why did that not go through?
Cause you suck. What the moon doing? Bitch, I can't be outnumbered. I don't know how to can.
That's a fucking threat.
Then beat them the balloon. Oh, I thought you were gonna hit us up with a Roger Roger in that voice.
Roger, Roger.
Speed sign. Fucking hard mode.
Ah, you bitch!
Ah, okay, that's no bueno. This is no bueno. This is very no bueno. All right, let's just abandon.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Can we handbrake this with all the people inside? Oh, fuck yeah, we can. Fuck yeah.